Hi. Today's video is more on my mental health condition, and this information might be helpful to a lot of people, really. So I've been variously diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder and paranoid schizophrenia, and by different doctors, and might be on the autistic spectrum as well. But first of all, I'm currently looking after my parents' dog, and there she is. So I'm looking after her at the moment for a fortnight. But that's that's fine. That's something I don't mind doing. So yeah, basically, paranoid schizophrenia. It makes me paranoid about everything, basically. So I can be sitting in my lounge at home and I can hear voices outside. Now those voices are actually there. It's like the neighbours talking outside, but my mind interprets it as people saying things about me, and in the third person. So they're they're talking about me as like a third person paranoid delusion. And this happens quite a lot, especially in outdoor places, like in crowded public places, the like in a town square or in a restaurant or even a bar. Although once I've drunk a few pints, it tends to go away. And a cinema and all sorts of settings. And on the bus, can be very bad on the bus. And I do have propranolol, which is a anti-anxiety drug, and I'm on a low dose of propranolol, and I'm also I'm also of course taking an antipsychotic as well. Get injected with an antipsychotic once a fortnight, and yes, it's just it's quite difficult living from day to day. And it makes me quite isolative, and also my career has gone up in smoke. Really, I had a good start, like Cambridge University and PricewaterhouseCoopers, and then my illness put a stop to all that. So my illness came back, and I crashed out of my accountancy exams, and brought me to where I am today after being sectioned twice. So yeah, but there are advantages to the illness as well. I mean, it's made me more creative. I mean, this channel is called Voyage of the Creative Mind, and I think that yes, my schizophrenic illness has given me a burst of creativity, and I tend to see things from a very interior perspective. So on like the inner world, and I interpret everything quite deeply, and yes, quite sensitive to things, and I will look for significances in things that perhaps aren't there, but I tend to reflect about everything, tend to reflect very deeply about everything, and that's not always healthy. But on the other hand, I've got my library, and that's just awesome because I feel like I can go into another world, and each book is like another world, almost another universe of ideas and concepts. And this is non-fiction as well as fiction. And like at the moment, I'm reading the Book of Disquiet by Fernando Pessoa, and that's amazing. That suits me so well because it's all in fragments, and it's like very subjective and sort of quasi spiritual. He says he doesn't believe in God, but it's still quite spiritual in many ways, or at least reflective on a deep inner level. And yeah, so the Book of Disquiet, that's a great book, and have my music as well. I've not been getting out that much recently, but I've just not been feeling 100%. This is one of the downsides of paranoid schizophrenia, because it can make you very isolative, and you don't necessarily, or you do want social contact, but you perceive social contact as a danger or a stressor, or provoking anxiety. And like, I'm currently walking the dog once a day, and even going out to walk the dog can be problematic, but it makes me quite isolative. But I do have a close circle of friends, so um, that helps definitely. Um, and yes, so overall, my illness is what it is. I can't change my fate or destiny, and I do strongly believe in destiny, and that what happens to us is just a result of the way of the universe outside our control. And although we can make steps to alter that, it's providence that shapes our ends. Rough hew it how we will, is a quote from Shakespeare's Hamlet. And yes, it's just something that I have to deal with on a daily basis. But I have my antipsychotic, hopefully have more CBT, cognitive behavioural therapy, and so I'll just have to manage it a on a daily basis. But I'm lucky enough to own my own house, and I'm happy where I'm living, and as I say, I've got a library to make the most of. So I can't say I've been dealt too bad a hand by fate, and yeah. So this is what I have to make the most of, try and turn it into a positive thing. And yeah, paranoid schizophrenia doesn't mean that, well, it does severely restrict your life, but it doesn't mean that you have to give up on things. You can still try and make the most of life in your own way, according to your own parameters, and that's what I try to do. So yeah, thank you for listening.